Hello, I'm Jan Szrawiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. A Russian drone attack injured 4 people and damaged energy infrastructure in Ukraine's Black Sea port of Odessa on Monday night, according to local authorities. 2 of the injured were taken to hospital, while several residential houses and 2 private kindergartens were damaged. Explosions were also reported in Sumy, where power went out in some areas of the city. Local authorities have confirmed that a Russian drone struck a children's hospital. No injuries or casualties have been reported so far, luckily. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones attacked a Russian oil refinery in the Samara region, igniting a fire. According to the local governor, Ukrainian drones attacked one of the industrial enterprises in Syzran on the night of the 3rd of March. The head of the region wrote on a Telegram channel that Russian air defense forces shot down the drones. As a result of the attack, no one was injured or killed. Residents of Syzran filmed the ensuing fire that broke out at the enterprise. Further along the battlefield, the past 24 hours have seen tense clashes along the entire front line. In the Kursk sector, Russian troops undertook offensive actions in the area of Nikolaevo-Daryno and Pogrebki. However, Ukrainian forces managed to repel the assaults and inflicted significant losses on Russian troops. Turning to the Eastern Front, heavy fighting continues in the Kupiansk sector. The Ukrainian army managed to push back the Russians from the northern suburbs of Kupiansk, but in the areas of Nadia, Russian forces managed to advance and seize several positions. In the Bakhmut area, the front line remains relatively stable. Ukrainian forces attempted a counterattack in the south near Chasiv Yar, but were unsuccessful. The situation remains difficult in Toretsk. Despite statements by Russian forces about full control over the city, Ukrainian forces continue fighting in its center. Sabotage and reconnaissance groups of the Ukrainian armed forces are striking Russian positions in an attempt to regain control over strategically important facilities. Russian commanders will likely need to bring in reserves to hold their positions. According to the Institute for the Study of War, Russia is actively improving its drone tactics, increasing the number of drones and using decoys to overcome Ukrainian air defenses. Now, in the village of Berezki, in the Donetsk region, a Ukrainian Leopard 1A5 tank delivers a devastating strike on Russian positions. Guided by real-time drone corrections, the tank fires from long range, ensuring the precise and effective destruction of enemy targets. The operation, conducted by the Ukrainian 1st Tank Battalion of the 5th Separate Assault Brigade alongside the 35th Marine Brigade, showcases the synergy between advanced Western armor and modern drone reconnaissance. The Leopard 1A5, though an older platform, remains lethal when combined with Ukraine's battlefield tactics. Watch as this pinpoint strike dismantles enemy fortifications. Interesting fact, most tanks donated to Ukraine came from Poland and from Germany. The US-made Abrams, though, not too many of them. I'm mentioning this in the light of the decision to suspend deliveries of equipment to Ukraine. This will not affect tanks, but ammunition, unfortunately, most definitely. Now we're moving on, and yet another display of disregard for their own troops. Russian soldiers have reportedly tied up one of their own, likely a mercenary infantryman, and left him as a stationary target for Ukrainian FPV drones. The footage captured by Ukrainian forces highlights the brutal and inhumane tactics used by the Russian military, treating their own men as expendable bait on the battlefield. This chilling event underscores the desperation and lack of cohesion within Russian ranks, as they resort to sacrificing their own in a futile attempt to mislead or slow down Ukrainian drone operators. Yeah, this is how badly Putin wants peace. He wants the killing to stop. Yeah, right. Moving on. A Russian unit operating on the Kherson front has reportedly been left completely without vehicles after relentless Ukrainian drone strikes. Footage from the battlefield captures the destruction left by Ukrainian UAV operators as they systematically wipe out enemy transports, leaving Russian troops stranded and exposed. Intercepted radio chatter reveals the shock among Russian troops, with one soldier grimly reporting, "We need to inform that one of ours was killed in action," actually accompanied also by lots and lots of swearing, but this is nothing new. This incident highlights Ukraine's growing dominance in drone warfare, systematically dismantling Russian mobility and logistics.
Пиздец, бля. Хата бы сюда ложить. 1-200. По машине, бля, по нашему въебали, пидоры ебаные, хохлы. Уроды вонючие, ебать дырень, бля. Вот так вот у типа в шею такая. А вылетел через магазин. Дырка, ебать. Это дырка, бля. Я брат повезло, я того рот ебал. Хуя себе, бля. Вот это дырка, бля. Бля, ебать. О, хуярят, твари ебаные. Пидоры ебаные, бля. Все, въебываем, бля, что-то дохуя нас собралось. А, ты сейчас второй прилетишь. Вот такая вот хуйня у нас сегодня.
That vehicle you saw a moment ago, that was a Russian Lada Niva, a small 4x4, which, as you might have noticed, is not an armored vehicle. So, sending troops to the front line in vehicles like that, well, results may vary, but will mostly be similar to the ones that you've just seen. Anyway, moving on. Every hunter must follow a code of honor, never leaving wounded prey to suffer. Ukrainian soldier, codename Yar, upheld this principle during his latest mission, ensuring that 2 injured enemy combatants would not return to the fight. In the chaos of battle, Yar did not hesitate to finish what he started, eliminating the wounded Russian soldiers. The battlefield spares no one, and Ukraine's warriors understand that only absolute resolve leads to victory. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.